is it is 9 o'clock. I'm calling to order the meeting of the Community Preservation Committee scheduled for today, June 21st at 8 a.m. Members of the public wishing to participate in the meeting must use their full name for Zoom access. If full names are not used, people will not be allowed to participate in the discussion. Town reserves the right to remove any member of the public from the meeting who doesn't use a full name or acts inappropriately. As a preliminary matter, this is Ken Bogrand, Chair. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Neville Richard.
Here.
John Hill Holgate. Mark Beal.
Here.
Linda Williams. Diane Jones.
Here.
John Trudell.
Here.
I know that Jack Gardner is not here and that Tim Savarino is not here, and we have not heard from Linda. Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Glenna Stokes Scarlett.
Here.
Kathy Retchen.
Kathy won't be here today as well.
Okay, there are no anticipated speakers I'm aware of on the agenda. Introduction to the remote meeting. Did I call Diane? Yeah. All right. Good morning. This open meeting of the Community Preservation Committee is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless a good safe required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. For this meeting, Community Preservation Committee is convening by video conference via Zoom apps posted on town's website, identifying how the public will join in. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and then all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer or anything you broadcast will be captured by the recording. All supporting materials have been provided. Members of the body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. Public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. Now turning for we are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to browse cover rules for business and interactive communities. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, Chair will go down the line of members inviting each by name to provide any comment, question, or question. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or your computer when you're not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes for any response. Wait until the chair yields the floor to you. State your name before speaking if you members wish to invest, please do so through the chair. Seeking to identify yourself. I would now go to the first agenda meeting. The first item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. Is there a motion?
No move.
Second.
Make a motion.
Diane makes a motion to move. Is there a second?
Second.
Glenna, is there a suggested amendment to the agenda that you spoke to me about just before we started?
Yes, just one. We had a project status report come in from Nantucket Rental Assistance in the amount of $15,571.64.
With that added item to the agenda, will the two movers accept that as an amendment to their motion? And second?
I do.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor by roll call. Neville?
Yes.
Mark?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
John?
Is that Dawn or John?
John?
Aye.
I don't think Dawn is on yet. And chair votes aye, so it passes unanimously. The minutes of the meeting on May 17th have been circulated. Are there any corrections or additions? And if not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mark. All those in favor by roll call. Neville?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
And chair votes aye. There is no correspondence that I'm aware of, and there are no guests that are available. The fund requisitions are the first Roman I on the agenda. There are requisitions A, B, C, and D, and the additional recommendation of E as indicated and advised by Glenna. Are there any questions with respect to any of the fund requisitions or any comments by any of the managers relative to these? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the fund requisitions A, B, C, D, and a newly added E.
So move.
Moved by Diane Coombs,
Second.
seconded by Neville Ritchson. All those in favor by roll call. Neville,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Old business, as Ms. Williams is not here, we will have to defer the update on the signage at the properties until our next meeting, which is the annual meeting. The new business, I wanted to have Glenna bring us up to speed on what's happening with respect to the annual forum on July 19. Glenna, would you bring the committee up to speed?
Sure. So as we've done in the past, and this is just a recap from the last meeting, we will be having our annual public forum remote, and it's going to be aired by NCTV 18. The guest speakers will be Janice Carrero. As many of you may or may not know, this is her last year as she's retiring from Nantucket Interfaith. And then we have Mary Bergman, who is the Executive Director for Nantucket Preservation Trust. And lastly, we have Mark Furlong, who's the President for Nantucket Racket Sports Association. I've been working with Frank Schatt to get all of their information uploaded. And so it's going to be pre-recorded, and then it will be live streamed right after our regular CPC meeting on July 19th. So we'll have her.
Glenna, Linda just sent me a text saying that no one was letting her in.
Oh, she just got there. Okay. Her name just popped up.
Okay.
Okay, and so before the meeting, we will send out the link, as we want to make sure that we don't have anyone that's not supposed to be there just popping in. So again, what's going to happen is we'll have our regular scheduled CPC meeting, and then we will have an intermission for maybe a minute to 5 minutes at best. And he'll set up the pre-recorded annual public forum, which will entail a forward by Ken and then the 3 guest speakers. And we encourage everyone, especially all of our members, our committee members, to be in attendance, as this is an opportunity for people to ask questions, which will probably come into my chat box. So we would want everybody to be present and on hand for those questions that may come in.
Questions of Glenna with respect to the process and what's happening? Seeing no hands, Linda, welcome. We moved past the item on the agenda, which was whether or not there was an update on the signage on the properties that you were working on. So I'm wondering if you have an update, or whether or not that needs to be postponed and move forward to next month's meeting.
Postpone, move forward. I have talked to Joe Topham.
Okay. Is there any other business that anyone wants to bring before this particular meeting? Neville.
Yes, there's a couple of things. One thing I just want to say to everyone, I was very happy that the hostel down in Surfside, they're going to be going through some changes, but the restrictions that our deed restriction and all that stuff that was put in place is holding up. And Nantucket Preservation Trust is looking out for us, so like the building itself isn't going to change. She's a good steward of that.
The
Yes.
HCC is looking out for you too.
Yes, very good. Yes, and that's very nice. So it's nice. It was nice to see that our efforts are holding forth. The other thing I want to speak of is I had an occasion to go down to the African Meeting House for a function this weekend, and I have to say, and I've been going in there just as a regular citizen and member, asking about the upkeep of the place. I mean, we had a lot of people there, and the place, the lawn wasn't cut or anything like that. Part of our involvement in all these organizations, and part of us funding them, especially organizations like that, is for public. It always have public access, but it must also look good and be safe for the public. So I was kind of disappointed to see that they aren't really taking care of the grounds of the property. Is there anything that we can do? I don't know. Can we write a letter to them to let them know? The people, in my checking with it, the people who run it here on Nantucket really don't have the power. The power goes to the people up in Boston. You know, so I guess that means in terms of the whoever the caretaker is, getting paid and all of that stuff. So they don't really have anything to do with it. So I don't know what to do, but I wanted to mention it to everybody. It's not my project, but still,
Neville,
should be
if
looking a
you,
lot better. Since
Neville, if you send me an email with the issues that you saw and you want raised,
Yeah.
as chair, if it is the direction of this committee, I will write a letter to the people here and in Boston to address this, particularly in view of the significant amount of funding that we have put in place to, in fact, restore. And
Yeah.
part of the restoration is in upkeep and maintenance. And so, so if you can identify the specifics and the nature of that, I will forward that on to them to address.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are there any,
I had my hand up before Glenna.
Linda?
Oh, I see your hand.
Who is Tim's the project manager, but who is the person here on Nantucket? Do you know who that person is?
Desiree Spriggs.
Never, oh, interesting. Also, did you notice, I've noticed the last time I was in there, the interior of the African Meeting House needs a little attention.
Yes.
Should I bring up with Tim that they should make an application to us to deal with the interior of the building for September? Because I noticed that it really needs help.
Yeah. Well, that's the point I was making, that the person who the groundskeeper here on Nantucket has no power in none of that whatsoever. In other words, if we told the groundskeeper here, she will have to call Boston. Boston will have to come up and look at it and then move from there. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
I think, Neville, do you think, I think we should go to the person here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to going over her head.
Okay.
And sort of, I think, because I think that will give her some clout in terms of getting a response from Boston.
I think you're right. I actually think you're right. If we direct it in that way,
I
but she
wanna
really
have us
has
some-
no clout.
Yeah, I want to have us empower her.
Yeah, that will be wonderful. That
Okay,
will be wonderful. Thank you.
all right, any other comments? Glenna, you had raised your hand?
I did, but Linda covered what I was going to say. I was just going to point out that Tim Savarino is the project manager for Museum of African American History. And so we may want to speak to him to see if perhaps he could speak to those folks and see what it is that they can do to have those issues looked after.
Okay, will you get in touch with Tim and ask him to call me?
Sure.
All right, any other business today on this absolutely gorgeous first day of summer? Sunshine, reasonable temperature, and no humidity.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of the country who's over 100 degrees.
Can we somehow put this in a bottle and just take it out every day when we need it?
Keep it. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Hang on to it for a while.
Oh, okay. If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Linda, seconded by Diane. All those in favor by roll call. Neville,
Aye.
Mark,
Well, I think we should take a page out of the CPC's book here. We have the planning board, the HDC, the Conservation Commission for, it's now 10:15, 15-minute meeting. Boy, don't I wish. I vote aye.
Okay, fantastic. Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Thank you very much. And what I also want to say is, you know, some of you new members who are thinking that all of these meetings are 15 minutes, if you haven't been through our sessions in the fall, that's when we get payback.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, but I think
Also, the ability to go to Zoom for meetings is coming to an end, guys.
that's very true.
Meeting in person.
Well, at some point in time, when it depends on what the governor does, because in fact, one of the things that I think they're understanding is that by the Zoom component in terms of the public participation, it provides a major, by having a hybrid meeting, it provides a major expansion of the interest, the participation, and the understanding of issues. So I think what you're probably going to end up with is a recommendation to have a preference for person-to-person meetings for the actual committee members, but a hybrid with respect to Zoom for public participation is my guess, but I don't know. So
I
Yeah,
hope so.
The ZBA has gone with no Zoom whatsoever. It is all in person. Planning board's hybrid, HCC, as Diane knows, is hybrid.
select board is hybrid.
Select board is hybrid, but I'm not sure that we can continue to be all Zoom. I don't think that's going to last.
Well, yeah, the thing is that whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. So thanks for everybody. And sorry, Mark, we took an extra 2.5 minutes of your time. See you guys on the 19th. Remember, on the 19th, we start at 10 o'clock in the morning
Yes.
on our regular meeting. And then I want to have everybody stay on to participate and see the work that's been done in terms of the presentation and be available for any questions that might come from the public.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a
Yeah,
good day,
have a great day.
everyone.
Bye.
Okay.
And